my phone and welcome to another video. Today's video is probably the most special one I have filmed thus far, and that's because today we are reacting to my album, actually. This is Burnt Orange Revisited. So I made an album that came out in 2019 called Burnt Orange, and I liked some of the songs I had put out there, but a lot of it felt like very rushed and unfinished. And so I wanted to reimagine all the songs, and that's what we're listening to today. If you're seeing this, the album is out. It came out October 23rd. I'm filming this, though, back in September. Today is September 9th, and I'm about to submit everything to distribution just so that it can get onto all the streaming services by that date. But I want to, check and make sure everything sounds good on the entire album. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm really excited. Let's get into it. I'll also be talking about some of the backgrounds behind some tracks, just because, that would be a cool immersive experience, Track number 1 is Burnt Orange Live.
Introduction.
Oh, I forgot how this sounded. Some of the songs on here just got finished, and other ones have been ready for a while. This one's been ready for a while. Nothing rhymes with orange, but that's my favorite color. And I keep spinning in circles, but when I stop, it's always at the wrong tangent. Orange, yeah, orange, orange, yeah, yeah, orange, orange, yeah, 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 burnt orange. We all get paranoid, but we're all alone and for some steroids. Our faces are so emotional and void, we feel stuck in a Polaroid. Thinking around us is getting pretty annoyed. Factoids caught in the tabloids, but you're not even famous, and everything you try to avoid is an asteroid is heading straight down towards you. Ooh, that came in really nicely. I forgot about that. Spinning circles, but when I stop, it's always at the wrong tangent. That's probably my favorite line in the entire song. Orange, yeah, yeah, orange, orange, yeah, 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 And there's our audience. So that was Burnt Orange Live, and I had so much fun with that. Oh my gosh, it took me back to February of this year where we had recorded it live. And wow, that was so fun. I really enjoyed it. And the mixing on it sounds actually really good. I forgot because I didn't really mix it much because, it's supposed to be live. But overall, a great start to this album. I'm even more excited to share the rest with y'all. Track number 2 is Next Door VIP. VIP stands for Variation Production, which means I just completely reconfigured what the song sounds like, but most of the lyrics and the construction are the same, so it's not like a remix. This version's much faster than the original, and then those bird sounds are from my Walk in the Park EP. Picture of productivity, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, most of the percussion in this is either some cool stuff I found on Soundtrap or stuff from Walk in the Park. So someone was playing the chimes, and there it is. It's just what happens to the guy next door, next door. That's a car that drove by. I think actually a couple cars are in here. I like this bridge better than before, where I kind of broke it down fully. Now it's more instrumental. Soar. Period. So that was Next Door VIP, and oh my gosh, I love how this version turned out versus the original. The original was 5 minutes long, and it contained most of these vocals. I sped up my vocals a little bit, not to a weird auto-tune sound to it, and I just made it feel faster, especially with a lot of cool percussion that wasn't as present in the original. I mean, most of it is taking the original track, speeding it up, and adding cool stuff to it. And this one didn't take nearly that long. It really was inspired within just a few days, and it's probably one of my favorites, I think, that I'm gonna like on this album. Track number 3 is Fate, stripped in C. This song is the first one I fixed for this new revisited album. And Fate was also the first song for my first album, so it made sense for me to do it the same way. And the reason why it's in C this time and not in G is that actually I originally wrote the song in C, and then I didn't have confidence in my vocal abilities to get into the register of C, so my vocals are now 3.5 steps up from where they were before. They are completely redone, like I actually sang new on this song, and I really liked it. I also liked creating a lot less production for it. I think it makes it sound probably better, but again, I haven't heard this song since maybe January or February this year, so I'm really excited to listen to it again. So in the original, this part at the beginning was a recorder, but now it's like a xylophone. I like how this is. The vocals are a little on the louder side, but that might just be a speaker thing. Sometimes songs are a lot better in headphones versus speaker. I thought it was great, but I guess that I don't control my own fate. Can you tell I was a mallet percussionist? My own stars, let me wish. Oh, that's such a smooth transition. If you've heard the original Fate, there's a lot of cutoffs. I actually created that in Windows Movie Maker. I swear to God, it was wild. And now this is just so much more rhythmically connected and on beat and feels smooth, like a real song should be. I like also that I didn't whisper here. I mean, I like the whisper in the first part. It's one of my favorite parts of the original. But I think in C, it sounds better without it. Seeing my doom, I'm filled with gloom, and I'm back to where I started. I don't control my life. I thought it was perfect, but something when he hits that high C, anxiety trumps, and now I'm back to where I started. Don't control my own fate. Period. So that was Fate, stripped in C, and wow, my vocal abilities are just a little better now, because like as I said, this is the first one I recorded for this project, and I think my singing ability has gotten even better since then, and my stability, like I was freaking exhausted after I did that. Like it hurt my voice, and now I kind of warm up more and my voice can get higher, maybe as high as that, but with much more like continuity. But I think it gives the exasperation that not only I felt while singing it, but what the song is about. I think I'm going to turn down the vocals, so this was a lovely exclusive that you just heard, just so that they match with some of the mallets a bit. I know it's stripped back, but I don't want it to feel like it's just a cappella, so I'm gonna mess with that a little bit before I go submitting it. Track number 4 is Irresistible, Sharoni remix. I'm not gonna give much of a preface on this, but it's interesting. Where are we gonna go? This is the last one that got done, so I know what it sounds like largely. You may be wondering what that is. To me, it sounds like a weird like whine of like a baby. I don't know, but this percussion slaps. I'm allowed to give a lot of praise to this kind of project because it largely wasn't mine. It was someone remixing it for me, so I appreciate that. I feel like I could party to this song, and maybe that sounds weird because it's not a standard dance jam, but I groove to it. I think those are my vocals that got manipulated. Irresistible, 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 irresistible. Thank you for putting that 4 on the floor, pause. Appreciate it. Cause the way that you treat me is bad. So that was Irresistible Sharoni remix, and I love that remix. Like, what was so cool about it is that I just asked someone to make a remix, and Sharoni responded, and I was like, okay, awesome, I'll send you like some files. And then like just in a couple of weeks, like I just hear back and I hear this and I'm like, oh, we're doing this. And wow, I really like it. I feel like it set a tone for how I approached a lot of the later end songs, because I think it allows this album to be a lot more genre bending, which I really appreciate. Sonically, very experimental, but I think that's really cool because I think some of my other songs that I do play it a lot safer. So I really appreciate it. I think it sounds awesome. I really enjoy it. Probably one of my favorites, again, on this album. Track number 5 is Walking Out the Door, Indet version. As you can tell, it's very rock inspired versus like the original, which is very simplistic. Oh, I love when the beat drops into that. I'm so sorry to tell you that, but you gotta get your life back on track, get your life fixed like that. Can you tell this is a little different? Not anymore. Walking out the door. If you can't tell, most of this is not me. It's by Indet. They're a rock, metal, kind of inspired band on campus. Oh look, it's me. But your adhesion was poison, now I don't know what to do. Don't call me, I won't call you, I can't do this anymore. I know I hate you. Walk out the door. That's my favorite rendition of the Walk Out the Door. Again, a period. So that was Walking Out the Door, Indet version. Oh my god. I love that song too. I mean, this album's just my babies, frankly. So, you know, you can hate, but like, okay. I'm not typically a metal influenced person. I don't listen to a lot of metal kind of stuff. Like, if you see my channel, there's really nothing here in the way of metal unless someone's requested it. So you may ask, Eric, what? Why did you make this? And the answer is a fun one. So I wanted to learn about audio production on campus, and so I went to this meeting, and a couple of my friends who form Indet were there as well, and they were like, oh my gosh, we want to do like a metal cover, a metal remix of one of your songs. And I was like, bet, like I want to do this like kind of revisited project. And so this is a result of that. And wow, it sounds so good. I don't understand how any of those electric and metal guitars work. I mean, all the song is originally inspired by my song, and then I have a couple of vocal parts, as you probably heard, but a lot of it is through their creative genius, and I love it. I hope they're releasing more music soon because they're iconic. I love them. They're awesome. Track number 6 is Turnaround Alt version. I finesse with some percussion here. I'll do it myself cause I don't need anyone else. As you can tell, it's a little more chill, a little more hip hop than the original was, which is very jazzy and had also a really strong electric guitar that is not present here. Early September, I wrote a 40-minute reply. Burnt Orange and Turnaround are inspired by the same person. This is the new part. Friends, I don't think about you. Only remix this track cause you thought it sounded cool. You're such a fool. Period. Period. That took me so long to get that take. I could not do that take again. It was hard. Look what I gained. Check me. So that was Turnaround Alt version. I love laughing at the end of a song. It was always with songs like Taylor Swift did in like the Speak Now era, and she did it on I Forgot That You Existed, and other things where I was like, that sounds so enjoyable to just laugh on a track. And so I loved ending the song like that. This track is much chiller than obviously the past couple tracks before it. It's a lot less experimental, it's a little more mellow, and I think that's just, you know, to calm us down. Maybe the trajectory of this album is like that, but I really like that it's kind of like all over the place, because to me this album is less of a story from beginning to end and more of what songs that are in Orange can entail, because I think they have similar messages and similar thoughts with it, and now they're just expanding, but still within that same color sphere. This is the first example of brand new lyrics to this album. It won't be the last, but it is the first example of where I've completely added a whole new verse. I don't tend to rap slash do like a hip hop style flow on a lot of my songs. Like I did it in Burnt Orange and I do it here now and Turn Around. Like I alternate. I like having that elements there sometimes, and I was trying to get someone to feature for it, but I think it ultimately, in order for the song to be still like personal to me, it still had to be like a feature from myself, and I think it turned out really great. I really liked what I created. I like the line "flipping like a tech deck." I was so proud of myself for coming up with that, and that inspired that whole rapid fast section, and I was really proud of me for getting through that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the song as well. Track number 7 is Something Along Those Lines featuring Jenna Marbles. So I did change some of the instrumentation of this a lot, because on the original I really like that song lyrically, but I felt like the production on it was like just not what I wanted it to be, but I kind of rushed it. And so I really wanted to change the instrumentation of it so that I actually liked it more. And I think it worked out well. I also, on the original, I really wanted to have this like feature from Jenna Marbles. Like all her videos are Creative Commons for use allowed, so it's okay for me to add it. I did reach out. I know she probably gets a ton of spam emails, so she never really received it. This was created before she left YouTube for however long she is leaving for, but it also at the same time is still one of the videos that's still up. It's from her 30 Things I Learned in 30 Years video, and it has a really positive message, and she likes spreading positivity, and I think this song is probably the most positive song on this record. So without further ado, let's get into this new song. It starts similarly, but it felt very depressing before. Ooh, I forgot that switch up happened. I think the song still sounds kind of experimental. It works with a lot of different loops and different versions of it. It is in like E minor, so it's interesting because I wanted it to sound positive and almost like it is in a major key, but it's largely in a minor key, just how I wrote it, and I didn't feel like it worked when I changed it. Something along those lines. Ooh, I forgot the percussion got added. That adds something to it right there.
Oh no.
The word
Here's
regret
Jenna.
and live with regrets here.
I'm done overthinking.
Wow, that transition from Jenna ending to me, I really like that part.
That's what matters.
Ooh, did he go into G major?
There's so much wrong in this world.
I think I
but
did.
you know there's so much that I thought
Come to life. So that was Something Along Those Lines featuring Jenna Marbles, and I like that one. It's a nice groovy song. Like I finished making it before Folklore came out, but like it feels very much like an acoustic 2020 we're in quarantine kind of vibe. I think it sounds a lot better than the original. I don't think it's gonna be my favorite on the album. Maybe just because I feel like a lot of the other tracks are hard hitting, like they're within the 3-minute range. They get their point across very quickly, and I love every part of it. And like this one is like more of a slow burner. Like I feel like you could vibe to this song a lot. It kind of has the vibe of my song 20 in 2020, where it's much more acoustic. You kind of like are vibing to it. And then it's a little less catchy than 20 in 2020. So I don't expect it to be like the top played song, but I am proud of where it came from to where it is now. Track number 8 is What Happened Dance Mix. I really am not into, I guess, being cohesive, because we're going to go from a very like chill, laid back, guitar driven song to What Happened the Dance Mix, which is at 144 BPM. So get ready. I'm so proud of myself for getting that filter to work with it. You don't need the confirmation, but if you need an explanation, well, I got something to say, got something on my mind, gotta get it off my chest, maybe then I'll be fine. Won't forget when they said, what happened to you? I'm so proud of that bass drop and that build up for it. I'm so proud I got that to work. What happened to you? This song already has all those what happens in such a rhythmic fashion that I think gets really catchy. And I had to do it justice by making this a very rhythm dance kind of song. Yeah, I interpolated. You did this to me, I forgot that part. Oh, that break for just a minute before we get into this full build up. Yeah, we bring it back the pre-chorus instrumentation here. Okay, was that not a smooth ending or what? So that was the What Happened dance mix. Oh my god, I love that song. I came up with that probably within the past month-ish. And I think I started messing with the original What Happened and then finished the song within a 24-hour period. It just was inspiration after inspiration. And I love it. Another favorite on the record, especially because I was the one who put most of the effort onto this one. So it didn't feel as much like, oh, like I'm giving credit to a lot of other people. Like this feels very much like my child. It's a dance, you know, promoted at your local club, I guess. Or, you know, at your party, you know, when those are allowed to happen. Track number 9 is A Good Day, Chelsea Zach version. If you didn't know, Chelsea is amazing. She did the guitar for Burnt Orange Live for 2020. Like, she's amazing. I learned how to play guitar at one point. I'm not really the best at it now. So I really appreciate everything she's done, and I'm glad I get to give her like real credits on a song. This one is not as much based on her guitar skills. She also has been learning Logic, and we turned this song that was largely a hip-hop kind of inspired sound to something that, well, I guess I'll just show you. It doesn't sound like that at all. Yeah, does it sound like hip-hop to you? I noticed a good moment with you. This is the other song in which I created new lyrics for, because the bars before don't really work in this style. Never any fun. Ooh, that transition. Trying to be the bigger person. This is worth it. I love that transition. Now we're into a chorus which sounds a little like the verses. Still very pretty. You're pushing me between two rocks. Your words, they shock. I like how I was doing the awe. That was so much fun to sing. When all the gray skies fade and it all turns to blue. This is Chelsea singing in the back. Sometimes I have a good day with you. So that was a good day, Chelsea Zach version. Oh, I love this song. This is another more recent track that got finished. And Chelsea was amazing at getting all this to work. I think the instrumentals sound a lot like a video game, like Animal Crossing, or like walking through a town in like Pokemon, where it's like chill. It has some variation to, stay interesting, but you can also like tune it out if you're just vibing. I think low-key, maybe I'll add it to some of my videos for some YouTube background music. I think it can sound like that too. Like, it's so good. Like, I just came up with some lyrics, fam. Like, it really isn't on me. And so me calling like the Indet version, and Sharoni having it be their remix, and then Chelsea Zach version being version, like, because it really isn't on me, those were some of the easiest projects for me to work on. And I think they turned out as some of the better projects on this album. Track number 10, last track on this album, I Want You Right Here, piano version.
I want you
Right here, that's where I want you to be. You always see what I see.
Cause when you're right here, you make me feel
We already
so
did a key change.
free. And when you're
I wonder if that'll
right
happen
here,
again. You take away my dream.
You
Burn me, but it's not your fault. Then you would be right here,
Cause when you're right
here.
and
When you're right here, I can finally breathe. But if you leave here, I know that I'm gonna scream.
at
The end of January, my life came tumbling down.
I want you
Right here, I want you right here with me. When you're right here, you make me feel so free.
Take away my dream.
I want you right.
Did he sound exhausted? Cause he was.
You always see what I see.
So that was I Want You Right Here piano version. And ooh, I got chills. First of all, the production of it is me going up the scale on my actual piano. Like, the fact that I got to actually play that live, it feels different. And I like how we started and ended the album with very real instruments. Like, Walking Out the Door also features like real electric guitars and all that. But like, the start and the end of this, ooh. Did we kind of go back to where we started? Does this loop? Kind of. This song took a lot to sing, not only because of the subject matter of it, and you can listen to the lyrics, I think they're pretty straightforward, but singing that and going all the way up all those octave changes, I think I made one cut throughout the whole song. So all those transitions in keys happened live, and I literally was not taking a break from 5 keys at a time. So especially at the end, I was freaking exhausted. And I think it's a mix of going up that high and having that tiredness of like going for that long, the passion behind the song, and then also my recording equipment's limited capacity to handle something of that intensity creates this sense of just emotion and rawness and breaking up and just all this life and feeling. And I really like how this song closes out the album. Originally there was no key that this song was in, like there was no notes that were played other than my voice, and I felt like that had a meaning of the meaning of the song and who it's for defies musicality. And this time I decided, why not ground it in a lot of musicality instead? And I really like how it turned out. With all that said, we have finished listening to my album, and oh my god, I'm so ready to send this. It's been over a year in the making. very pleased with every song on here. There's a couple edits I'm going to make prior to sending, but overall, I'm so happy with this project. I'm so excited that it's going to be out in just over a month. Again, once you see this video, it's already out. It feels weird to say, oh, these are my top songs and here are my bottom songs and songs I will or won't add to my playlist. Also, listening to your own music is kind of a surreal experience. So I'm just going to list from top to bottom what songs I'm most excited for people to hear. That doesn't mean they're necessarily my personal favorites or that they are the best conceived on the album, but I'm most excited for people to hear these songs, maybe for their wow factor of being very different from what I've done before, or I'm just really excited to see what people's reactions are. As an artist, I love receiving feedback, so please let me know if you listen to this album, what songs are your favorites? What did you like on this? What did you not like? I'm an open book. I'm a two-way street. I love hearing what y'all have to say. I have always had a link of my original music in my description. It's always been there. I try not to shamelessly promote it. Obviously, if you're watching this video and you're here, like, you obviously care about my music, so you can click the link down below. There's my YouTube channel of official music videos. It also has linked just my music on YouTube, but it's on all streaming platforms. That includes Spotify, Apple Music. I don't know what other platforms people use, but you name it, it is on there. You can even make a TikTok with it. Like, you can. Go off. So if you are interested in listening to my music, please seek all that out, or just, search my name or Burnt Orange Revisited on any platform, and you should be able to find it. Let me know if you have any questions about getting it. I'll make sure that you can listen to it if you want to. If you like this video, then please like it. Please comment down below with what you'd like to see me react or re-listen to next. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be, and thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.
It's storming turtles from out of the sky. Turtles don't need to know why.